And a Super Bowl 32 rematch. Love and Nix first look for Denver at Bo Nix since he broke his ankle in the waning moments of the AFC divisional round win over Buffalo. Opening drive, though, for the Pack, stay healthy. Check down from Love. Love went 5 of 7 passing, 56 yards. That touchdown to the former third-round pick out of USC. Packers up a touchdown. Broncos answer number 7. But Coach Herm Edwards welcoming him in here on SportsCenter. And Coach, it has been more than 7 months since Bo Nix last saw the field. That broken ankle kept him out of the AFC title game. What did you take away from what we saw from Nix here against the Packers?
Boy, if you're a Bronco fan, you're excited. And he found Waddle right away, didn't he? So you're going to see a lot of that. But he was very accurate. He's obviously a really good athlete. Stood in the pocket, made some really nice throws. I thought the first possession, they just moved the ball right down the field. And, you know, he booted it, he waggled it, he dropped back, he stayed in the pocket. He looked really good. And this is what he brings to the table, to this offense. And can you imagine what the defensive players are saying in Denver? Wow, we can play like this on offense. We know what we can do on defense. You know, this is a team that sacked the quarterback 68 times. They're going to be a tough out if Bo Nix can continue to play this way during the regular season.
Now, Coach, let's talk about the Packers and zoom out a little big picture here. They don't expect Micah Parsons to be back until about mid-October. So when you look at this team and how they're constructed, that's a huge addition to their defense in about week 6. But what do they need to do to stay afloat in the NFC until then?
They got to win a game. When he got hurt last year, they went 0-for. They don't play very good without this guy, and he's a defensive player. Now, he's one of the best defensive players in football. So, I mean, they got to find a way because offensively they can move the football. But defensively, I mean, look, eventually you got to make some stops. This is the Green Bay Packers now. Historically, you know, this has been a perennial playoff team. So they've got some things to do without Michael Parsons not being there because, you know, he's a big part of this defense because they move him around a lot. But they're going to have to find a way to win games until he's back. And that's going to be, what, midway through the season.
Absolutely. A lot of games to be played before they get Micah Parsons back on that field. But we've got a lot of games to continue to talk about. So, Coach, hang here. We got more from you coming up after this.
Jordan, if that is it for you for the preseason, how would you assess your preseason?
I think it was good. I think obviously the drive we had tonight, you know, ended on a great note. You know, that was a good 12-play drive we put together. Guys executing on a lot of levels right there. So, you know, I think that's a great note to end on. Obviously, we'll have a joint practice next week against Cardinals. Get a lot more good work in, but to end that on a preseason note right there, that's good.
How did it feel, Jordan, just to see Marshawn really get the end zone after everything?
Man, that was great. You know, I think really the whole drive we had, he had some really good runs. Be able to cap it off with that touchdown catch was great. But like you said, you know, Marshawn's journey, you know, dealing with different injuries throughout preseason games and things like that. So for him to be out there and be putting up plays and just you know, be able to see him is great. And I think he's done a lot of good things all throughout camp and good stuff to just keep building on.
Did you guys set him up for that touchdown, or was that just the progression that you went through?
No, I mean that's what the play call was, and you know he's the number one read right there. He did a great job winning on his route, and really there's nobody you know kind of in the middle of the field after that. So he did a great job finishing it. But no, I mean that's the play call. It's for him on a little choice route, so he did a great job.
Kind of what Matt has talked about it too, that he can be a factor in the passing game as well.
Definitely, yeah. I mean that's a great example of it right there. But definitely, I mean he's just such a fast and explosive player, does a great job catching the ball. So, you know, a route like that where he's, got an option and he was able to, kind of break the defender off. So it was a great route by him, but he brings, both sides running the ball and catching.
Good. We complete some balls right at Surtain. I mean, he's pretty good at stripping the ball out too. But I mean, is that good work for you and for your receivers to go up against him and see a like all pro like that?
Oh, definitely. He's definitely one of the best corners in the game, and he does a great job just everything he does. So definitely got a lot of respect for him. And like you said, that play, he made a great play trying to get the ball out. But that's just what he does. He's a sticky corner. He does a lot of good things. So we've seen him in years past, but I'm excited for him in the year he's going to have.
Good. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you, guys.
No, I was just really proud of our team, the way they competed, really in every phase. That's a really good football team, and we knew that that's a physical bunch, so we knew we had a match at.
Will you attempt to play Lloyd more, or do you have a set number, like each week you're trying to build up a little bit?
Yeah, I think it's more of a build. I thought he had a really good performance, and certainly don't want to put him in a position where you're going backwards. So, I thought he went out there and he competed and made a big play on that choice route, and Jordan threw a great ball, and so it was a good night for him.
Kind of building, I assume, like to the next game. Do you think you can get him? Do you have to get him like almost heavy reps next week?
Not necessarily. I mean, we'll play it by ear. It's always fluid, obviously, and a lot of it's going to depend upon how we do in practice and how many reps he gets there. But he will get some time next week.
Last week at this time, you said with your kicker, he's got to go do it again. You never did it again. How do you feel about it?
Feel great, but same thing. He's got to go do it again. So, I mean, that's life in the National Football League. You're only as good as your last performance, and he's put two pretty darn good performances back to back, and so the talent's there, and he's just got to continue to be consistent.
Matt, you're just off the sideline, but you got so many bodies you're rotating on that defensive line. What have you seen from them through training camp and preseason so far, and how does somebody separate now with a week to go?
Yeah, it's a heck of a competition there in that room, not only to make the roster, but also to earn snaps during the regular season. I think that's one of our deepest spots right now, and those guys they're playing really hard and physical.
Can a guy like McClellan, I mean, you played him a lot. He's gotten a lot of snaps during the preseason. And rookies, it's tough for them to play on the defensive line during the year, but do you see something in him that says he can push for some plays?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he shows it every day in practice, and I think it is shown up in these games as well.
How good of work was that? I'm sure it related to the defense to get a stop on the first drive. But how good of work is that when they're playing against a quality opponent?
Yeah, I mean, it's invaluable. I mean, that's one of the best teams in the National Football League, and they got a ton of players and really in every phase. So I thought all in all it was a pretty good night.
What does that say about Kamal had this is his first game back, right, from that gruesome injury, and he's got 2 tackles for loss.
Yeah, he was showing up, and I just love. It's been fun to watch his growth, just obviously as a player, but as a person as well. How he prepares, he comes in with a great attitude, and he's extremely coachable, and it's really cool to see that come to fruition in terms of his ability to go out there and make plays.